Right, so
Nicole. Hello, my name is Nicole. Hello.
Jesus Christ,
What's your name?
Jodie.
Fuck you, Jodie!
Right, so
What's
Nicole,
your name? Ezekiel.
Nicole has Tourette's.
Ezekiel.
If you haven't met us before,
Lovely to meet you.
I am
Actually, fuck off.
her mum.
Okay.
And today I wanted to discuss the next phase of our life of where we're at, and something that is a real worry for me as Nicole's mum with her having Tourette's.
Jesus Christ. Here we go.
She is currently ticking. So now she turns 18 in like 3.5 weeks. And
I'm going to be big girl.
And obviously I'm going out for a drink with you for your first night out, aren't I?
A singular drink. I don't think we're on the same night.
All right, whatever. My point is,
Going to do my first shot of alcohol ever.
we all know that's a lie.
I've never drunk before.
So we're going out, we're getting drunk. It's going to be a night out, but I'm obviously there for if and when
You're going to fucking cock block me?
any problems arise with Nicole having Tourette's. Now, this is where something for me, and because I have got my SIA license, I could potentially be a door person, door supervisor, whatever you want to call them. I feel like there should be something in that certification where door people are made aware of Tourette's as a condition, because there are times when you're going to be out and like Josh has had problems because he's been beaten up before on nights out.
Right, I don't want to go out then. Well done, Jodie. Ruined it for all of us.
Because he's been ticking and it starts a fight.
I know it sounds sexist,
but I do think it makes a difference if it's boys or girls. Yeah, I do agree with you there.
because I
actually
and
think
it doesn't. I don't want it to sound. I know there's snowflakes in the world. Because I am a girl, I don't think there'll be much issue. They'll just be like, "Oh, you've got a bit of attitude on you," and they won't realise that it's me ticking. I have thought about this more than I think you realise.
Okay.
And it has been a thought and a topic of, I don't really want to go out a lot because I don't want to. This doesn't mean that, because I think also people always say I'm always with my mum. And I think there is only certain individuals that I will go out with because I feel safe with. Because obviously of my Tourette, it is a problem because it could start fights. It can start arguments. Like going out, if I said something to someone in a wheelchair and I said, haha, you can't walk, that could then start an argument with me being an ableist, even though I'm disabled myself. It could be taken out so much worse. Like I could get jumped outside of the club. And I know full well that my mum would deck them. So, like, I've never been a fighter. Don't do that. No, not for me. My mum, on the other hand, will deck you if you look at me wrong. So, I think also that's just mums in general. But
I think that is like mama bear protectiveness. I have been in fights. I'm not proud of my fights that I've been in. I have been in fights. I have been in fights. I would say 90% of them I've won. There's been a few where I've come home with a black eye and I'm like, oh, that didn't go the way it planned. I have been involved in fights, and that doesn't make me big, hard or clever. And I'm not like, this isn't a brag fest. It's stupidity. Fights are stupid because anything could go wrong in a fight. And in this day and age, you don't know who the other person is. You don't know how crazy they are. Noted, I'm crazy. No, that was a joke. That was a joke. That didn't pan out very well. It fucking
wasn't.
No, it didn't pan out well.
It wasn't.
Anyway, my point is, me going out with you and when we are out together on normal days, family days out, Nicole, if she starts ticking, does tend to stick to me or to Callum, don't you? And
I'll like almost like James' arm, and then I'll like stand behind you.
A safety blanket, because you don't like the confrontation of when you're ticking, which I understand completely.
Because I got my lip pierced, and we went paddleboarding into one of the, was it river?
Yeah. What's the lip piercing got to do with paddleboarding?
No, because I'm explaining my day.
Oh, okay.
So got my lip pierced. We went out with Gar Papa, and I was ticking, and I was sat on the floor, and no one said anything. Right, this woman comes over to me with her dog, and I'm going fuck off at the dog, and I'm still petting the dog, completely fine, looking at the woman smiling. Yep, I said nothing. I don't like it. It's not because I can't do it. I don't like it.
So that was the first time in that instance where I didn't step in.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, when a situation like that happens, like just now with the door,
Oh, Baldy in the garden.
I normally say,
She's got Tourette
my
syndrome.
daughter's got Tourette syndrome. I normally step in. But that was the first time I wanted to leave you to handle the situation, because much like this conversation started, my issue is Nicole needs to be able to speak for herself and advocate for herself, which she's not quite doing yet, because I've always almost done it for you. And that's not a bad thing. It's because I'm your mum and you were younger.
Fucking hell, dig it, Nicole. Jesus Christ.
But my point is, you need to be able to start speaking up for yourself and
I
saying,
hate doing it because I can do it, and I'm quite decent with talking to people, but I can't. I think it's also really awkward because I'm never really sure. Like when someone goes, "My nan just died," you say, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Like I hope you're all right. What in that instance do you say if I said to you watching the camera, if I said to you, sorry, I've got Tourette syndrome, I wouldn't know what I would reply. If someone said that to me, I'd be like, oh, all right. And then the conversation goes awkward.
But the other problem that we found the other day, these are all things that are coming up, which is around us right this second, and our age and where we're at, right, with our lives, because what's now started to happen is we were out the other day, you would have seen a video on our TikTok where I said to the guy, don't worry, she's got Tourette's, and we were all laughing. Now, for a split second,
he thought I was joking.
He thought we were joking, and he thought us saying she'd got Tourette's because she'd said something was us just joking. I think because now what's happened is people have started to use Tourette's
as a way to get, like, there's videos of a guy, and I will name him out, I really don't care. He was sat in his car and he was like, sometimes I really just want to tell someone that they're a prick. I wish I had Tourette syndrome. And it makes me think, do you really think that's all it is? Because I can promise you it's more than that. Because I think also there's certain things that I didn't even realise about Tourette's. Because I've always known about it. It's just Tourette's, isn't it? Like, you don't think about it other than that.
But unfortunately, people always seem to think, because the people that share Tourette's and share awareness for Tourette's, like ourselves, are usually the worser cases. Right.
Which is the ones
the ones that you see, the ones where you're swearing. So Nicole does have, it's called coprolalia, which is where you have the swearing tics. But actually,
I didn't have that at the start.
No, and actually only 10% of people with Tourette's have the coprolalia. Sorry. So for a lot of people, they've started to it's brought a stigma around Tourette's because they feel like they can say something and be like, I've got Tourette's. Like it's a joke.
Also, I've seen in many TV shows, because I watch a lot of shows, and there was, I'm not going to name the show.
I don't think it matters. We're not slagging programs off, but I feel like it's unfortunately become this now thing where people say something I'm not going to name the show, outlandish, and then they go, I've got Tourette's, when they haven't. They're just saying it as like a joke. And I think that has now brought a new barrier, where the other day when you were ticking and you were saying that a guy was bald.
And I said it as well. I said, I've got Tourette syndrome. And that was the first time I fully said it to someone, and then he took it as a joke. So I stepped back and said, I'm never doing that again. Like, and that's my problem, because the thing is, I'm quite self-conscious, where I said it and I stood up for myself, and I said, I didn't even stand up for myself or anything, but you get what I mean. In the sense of, I said, I've got Tourette syndrome. And he thought I was joking, because there are certain shows that I've watched where Tourette syndrome is joked about, and it is part of the script that they have to say.